Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Dr. Z Akumawa and today I'm here to talk about something I feel is going to be very interesting and important, and especially during this period where we are being advised to stay home in order to help so that we don't get infected with the coronavirus. Yeah, so today we're going to be talking about birth control or contraception or fertility control. We're talking about this because if you're supposed to be home 24/7, especially if you're married or you're living with a partner, there is a very high chance that you're going to get an unwanted pregnancy or a pregnancy. So you cannot be home all this while and you don't at least know these little things about contraception. I think they're very essential, and this video is going to be talking only about that. Like, no, we're not talking about coronavirus here. We have the other video, but this one we're going to be talking about birth control, contraception, or fertility control. So birth control is any method or a device that is used in order to prevent a pregnancy. That's what birth control is all about. And we're going to start with the natural methods of birth control. The very first one is abstinence. Abstinence is the most effective form of birth control. It's the most effective because if there is no contact, there's no chance of pregnancy, and it's advantageous because you don't worry. There's no need to worry. You sleep with a free mind, a very free mind. So abstinence is one of the methods of birth control that you can use in order to avoid a pregnancy. And what is abstinence? Abstinence is avoidance of sexual activity, avoidance of sexual intercourse. So if you're avoiding it, how are you going to get pregnant? So the second method of natural birth control that we're going to be talking about is the withdrawal method. So with the withdrawal method, or coitus interruptus, it happens when during sexual intercourse, when the man is about to ejaculate, he is going to withdraw or to remove his penis out of the woman's vagina. So when he does this, the ejaculation will take place out of the woman, so there is no chance of pregnancy. It's actually very efficient, about 96% efficient, this method. So it's actually very good. 96% efficiency is actually very good. The only problem with the coitus interruptus method is that you need a very strong-willed partner, and if your partner is not strong-willed enough, you're going to have mistakes that can occur and the pregnancy can now take place. You can have a pregnancy. Another method of natural birth control is going to be the calendar method, where you're very aware of your safe and unsafe periods. That's when you have high chances of having a pregnancy, lower chances of having a pregnancy, when you're ovulating. So if you have all this information, of course, you know that if you're having sexual intercourse at this point in time, you have a very high chance of having a pregnancy. But at this other point in time, depending on your calendar or your cycle, the chance of pregnancy is lower. This method is becoming easier because we have many apps now that are available. We have the Flow app, My Calendar, where you just need to put in that information and it's going to tell you when is your safe period and when your unsafe period is. So if you're having sexual activity during your unsafe periods, definitely you have a higher chance of having a pregnancy. This is also a natural method of family planning, and it also is effective as well. And it's good, but it just needs you to master your cycle. You're supposed to be very current and aware of how your cycle is, and if you master that one, then it's good. It's also very efficient. Now it's worth noting that these natural methods of family planning, some religions will approve only these methods, especially Catholic. So if you're Catholic, these are the methods for you. The natural methods of birth control are the methods for you, because we're going to now be diving into the other methods of birth control, which will be for people, if you can consider these, if these other methods are failing. We've spoken about the natural methods of family planning, and we're going to be talking now about the barrier methods. We have barrier methods. A barrier method is the one that prevents the sperm from passing through the cervix and getting into the uterus, the womb. So any method that is going to be preventing the sperm from passing and going is a barrier method, and they're very physical. For example, we have the condoms. The condoms are going to, they have the male and female condoms. This Condoms are going to prevent the sperm from moving into the vagina through the cervix to the uterus. So these are barrier methods. The male condom is very common and widely accepted. The female condom is not as common or as widely used, but it's also very effective if used properly. So we encourage you to use the condoms. We also have the spermicides. Spermicides they apply on the vagina, and the spermicide is going to kill the sperm, as well as it's going to form a block on the cervix, so that even if the sperms don't die, they will not, when they reach the cervix, they will not be able to pass. Spermicides are also effective. They are found in pharmacies if you want to buy, and these are like barrier methods. And we have the diaphragm as well. So when you use the barrier method, you know that you're actively blocking the sperm from passing through the vagina, through the cervix, into the uterus. And when it gets into the uterus, it can get into the tubes, and fertilization can occur and a pregnancy can occur. So if it's forming these barriers, there is no way you're going to get the pregnancy, especially if you use it correctly. So apart from the barrier methods, we also have the hormonal methods. Hormonal methods are only for women, only for women. So we should be more attentive. So for the hormonal methods, they contain some hormones. Estrogen and progesterone are female hormones. And these hormones, what happens is that the hormonal methods, they have three main places where they work, three main issues. One of the first things is that they're going to help to prevent ovulation. Ovulation is when the egg leaves the ovary. The ovary is where the egg forms and grows and matures and is there. So when the egg, the hormonal method is going to prevent this egg from leaving that ovary and moving. So that's ovulation. Ovulation is when your egg leaves, or the ovum leaves the ovaries and is moved, passing through the fallopian tube. So that is ovulation. Some people have ovulation pain, like actually feeling some pain at the side there, but that aside. So it's going to prevent ovulation. Apart from preventing ovulation, it's going to also cause a thinning of the uterus or your womb. Normally when a pregnancy wants to take place, or the fertilization wants to take place, your womb or your uterus thickens in preparation to receive it. But these hormones are going to make the uterus to remain thin. If it's remaining thin, it's not favorable for a pregnancy. So chances of pregnancy will remain low. Thirdly, and definitely not the least, it's going to thicken the mucus plug at the level of the cervix. So this thickened mucus plug is going to make it extremely difficult for sperm to move and run, that you're going to go and fertilize an egg. So these three things working together is going to help to prevent a pregnancy. Hormonal methods are effective as well, especially they're very effective as well. But if you're just starting to use it, you're supposed to use it in combination with a barrier method like a condom. Then subsequently you can leave the condom. So it's effective as well if you use it timely and appropriately, and you're strict on it. There are various methods, or various hormonal methods. We're going to talk about them right now. So for the hormonal methods, we're going to talk about the pill. The pill is a daily tablet that you will take. You just take every day. If you're consistent, if you're strict on it, and you're taking it well, it's going to be very effective, and you have a low chance of having a pregnancy. We also have a patch. The patch is like a plaster. It's just small rectangle. You can put on your back or on your buttocks, and it's also as effective. The patch, all of these are hormonal methods. All of these, they have hormones. Apart from these two, we also have the ring. So for the ring, you insert in your vagina for 3 weeks. Even during intercourse, the ring stays there. So you insert for 3 weeks and you remove for 1 week. That is to allow for menstruation after you insert. So that one too is another hormonal method available and effective as well. Also, we have the injections. They usually give it at the arm. The injections are shots. You take them every 3 months. And this one, at least, since it has a longer time, it's not like the pill you're taking every day. Since you have a longer time, it's better to adhere. It's better to follow it. It's not as strict as the pill, so it's one of the advantages that the injection has. And you take it every 3 months, but it's not really advisable for you to take it subsequently for more than 2 years. You need to have a change. So I also like to talk about the morning after pill. That's a single pill. If you're not on any contraception, or yes, something like that, and you have a sexual intercourse maybe last night, so the morning after pill, you take it literally the morning after, and it's a single pill. It will help you. It's advisable that you take it within 72 hours of having your intercourse. So the earlier the better normally. But if fertilization has taken place already and you take that pill, even if it's still within the 72 hours, you're still going to have a high chance of getting a pregnancy. So you have the morning after pill that you can take. It's also a hormonal pill. Apart from these, we also have long-term methods of contraception. The long term, like if you want to stay without a pregnancy for more than 3 years, we will advise you to take a contraceptive method or a birth control method that is long term. So with these long term methods, we have the implants, like some rods. They can put it just beneath your arm here, no plant or jadel. So that you can have this implant, like some 2 rods like that. You just put in your arm and it can stay for more than 3 years. We could also have the intrauterine device. The intrauterine device, you can have the copper T or the other one that is coated with the hormones. With the copper T, can stay up to 12 years. With the hormonal one, the one coated with hormones, can stay up to 5 years, and then you change. So these are long-term methods if you're considering a long-term method. Now, with most hormonal methods have similar side effects. Like you can have changes in your menstrual cycle, maybe longer menstruation. Some people experience longer bleeding periods. Some people experience like way less bleeding periods. Some people can gain some weight. So it's all relative. It depends on the person. So my side effect may be different from yours or the other person's. But most of them, when you put the risks and the benefits, and you see that the benefits are always outweighing the risks, so we propose that it's preferable for you to do this than to have an unwanted pregnancy. You can also have mood changes or mood swings when it comes to, because of these hormonal contraceptives that are available. Now, the one that is non-reversible, all these things, after you take them, if you stop or you remove, if it's an IUD, you can have a pregnancy later on. But there are permanent methods of contraception, and these permanent ones, maybe because of it's a temporal lockdown, you may not want a permanent method of contraception. But if you're considering a permanent method of contraception, there are various options. There is a tubal ligation for the woman. So your tubes is where is a road that the egg takes to pass and come into your uterus. So if that tube is cut, there is no road now. So there is never going to be a pregnancy. So that's literally what tubal ligation means. Like you cut that tube and you just destroy the road. So when you do that, there is no sign of pregnancy, and it's effective from that time. It means that there is no delay. You don't need to use it in combination maybe with a barrier method. No, from that time when the tubal ligation is done, it is 100% effective. There is no reason you cannot have a pregnancy again. That is why you have to think very well before you do a permanent method of contraception. For men also have a permanent method of contraception, which is the vasectomy. So the vas deferens is also ligated, and when it's done, it's preventing the sperm from passing through to the exterior. So if no real sperm is produced, then no pregnancy can occur. So these are sterilization methods for men and women. So if you're a man and you want to have a vasectomy, is not ill-advised. You can as well go ahead. If you're a woman, you want to have a tubal ligation, you can go ahead. But we should always remember that contraception is not a one-man show. It's not you, the woman, deciding what you want to do. It's not you, the man, deciding what the woman should do. It's about both of you talking about it and deciding on a method that is favorable for both of you. So you can both decide to do a vasectomy. You can both decide to do a tubal ligation. You can both decide to do to have a jadel, an implant, or an IUD, an intrauterine device, or you take a contraceptive pill, or barrier method, or natural methods, the withdrawal methods or coitus interruptus. So these are in fact this is birth control in general. I don't go to specific details, but I wanted this information out there, and you can get them from almost all hospitals who have these options for you. They will explain it to you and you choose what you want. So you should bear with me. These things are very important for us, important to pass down to our kids, important to pass sideways to our neighbors. And if we are practicing any of them, we should be strict about them, we should be knowledgeable about it. If you have any questions, please write them down in the description, in the comment section. Any questions? If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, like, and share. Thank you very much, and I hope this has been insightful or helpful, and I'm looking forward to another video. And thank you very much.